TJ Ward and Patrick Chung, like John Boyette, those guys just smacking people and everything. So being able to come here now and you know, do those things with this new group of guys and everything. Even with Brady and them gone, I mean, everyone's real excited for me this season. I'm excited to be with the team.
And just adding to that, generally, I mean, what does that mean to you? I mean, now it's real. It's on your shirt. It's going to be out there on your jersey when you start playing games.
Yeah, no, it's very special. I think like that feeling for me, it brings back like a childhood joy of just kind of like coming up to games and feeling like it was my games, kind of, you know. And like we had we had season tickets by the student section in between the band and stuff growing up there in the end zone. So being able to come back and then look back up into there like during the spring game and stuff, it's very, very exciting.
And for your family, like what was their response when it became real, when it was happening?
Yeah, definitely when I was in the transfer portal, there was a lot of, it wasn't any like slander or anything, but it was a lot of people calling like, well, what about the Ducks? You know, try to make sure, see if it was like the one I wanted to go to. And I'm just glad that overall I think it definitely was the best decision regardless of legacy or the way my family feels about it. So I'm really excited about that.
What was that experience like of being in the portal and going through recruiting again?
I mean, this I definitely didn't handle it as much like a recruiter. It was just like, hey, like I'm a guy, I'm already graduated.
Right.
Like this is just like me being a man making a decision for my future. And you know, I didn't go take visits and take pictures in uniforms or anything like that around anymore. But it was cool right away. It's like you're nervous, you put your name in, but then within the first 30 minutes, it was like a ton of places had already reached out. And it was like, oh, that was a sign of relief to know that it was like you're wanted still, you know, and everything.
So I was gonna say, like there's some experiences like yourself where you instantly get contacted, and there's other times where we've heard of guys that don't hear from any school for months, and they don't know where they're going to go for college football.
Yeah, so I felt very blessed and fortunate to be in that situation. I'm just glad that it ended up here, back 2.5 hours away from home, with just a beautiful stadium, beautiful program, a great, fun new coaching staff. It's a great spot.
There's been a lot of opportunities this offseason for team bonding, like outings and stuff with the coaching staff and your teammates. How much has that meant for you to kind of be coming in as a newish player to the team, but one of the veterans still, and having this chance to really get to know your teammates in such a new way?
Yeah, no, it's really cool because, like you said, it's like being a rookie and a vet kind of at the same time, being a new guy, but then being from here and doing those team building opportunities, going outside. It's like I get to share some stories of being a kid and maybe being at the same spot, hanging out with those guys. And I had like a bunch of receivers and a couple DBs and running backs. I had like 10 guys come over to my house earlier in the summer, and everyone kind of got to see Medford and Ashland, Oregon for what it is, and just being able to share that and be a guy who's been on the field before and then can be on the field and help guys out there too. It's been a great experience. Yeah.
A lot of players have said how different things are this year. Of course, you weren't here last year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe without putting down the former program, could you tell us how things are different here in Oregon?
Yeah, I mean, but like before, it sounds like it was just, it sounds more comparable to Coach Kelly's kind of style and just like a little bit of maybe an older coaching staff, which nothing wrong with that. I think you need kind of that old hard-nosed element to it, and I think we have those coaches too, but I think having younger guys, it's actually like funny, like Coach Lanning and Coach Dillingham, like when they're making jokes, it's like relatable. They're kind of just young, funny guys, so it's a fun experience to be around for sure. But I think everyone just likes that young energy around us, and the guys, I feel like everyone's like very understanding. They're on social media and everything too, so it's like they know what's going on and everything we have to see and deal with, which I mean, not that it's the end of the world, but I feel like it's just like a really good environment where everyone gets what's going on. So.
I know what the Helinski Hope band is for, but what are the other ones?
Oh, so the other ones, yeah, Helinski Hope, obviously, like Josh Woods at UCLA was a teammate that was his high school quarterback, so always wearing that for them. And then the NIGU, the Never Ever Give Up, so that's Super Kate and those guys, so they're UCLA fans, so growing up, being there, like I was always supporting them, and then growing up, like at the opening they came, so for like the high school camp, Nike headquarters. And Find a Way, this is little Corey, he's from Texas, and he got paralyzed in a high school game, and he's still trying to walk. He's almost there, he's got like walking steps with these different, I don't even know what you call it, bionic kind of legs and things like that. So I'm wearing those two for him, and then this is just from like an Oregon event. Got to have a little green on my wrist, so that's it.
You use them as just motivation? Is it a humbling thing? What's the draw for you?
Yeah, I know it seems like it's all sad things, but it's all things that like really inspire me, I guess. And it's like I look down, and it's like I'm reminded of those people, and I'm in contact with like with little Corey over the internet here and there, and then same with Super Kate here and there. So it's really cool just to be able to spread that and then tag them and stuff and give them a shout. And I know it makes them feel good. It makes me feel good too.
I know the UCLA connection for one of them, but Texas connection? How did that happen for Corey?
Yeah, that one just came about. He just hit me up on Instagram, just in the DMs, and he's kind of like, he's been on Good Morning America and everything. He has a big following behind him, and then I know like Ezekiel Elliott and different guys in the NFL wear his stuff. So I was like, absolutely, send him my address and everything, and I'm never gonna take him off. So. Yeah.
I think of this as a super versatile receiving core that can do a bunch of different things. Where do you see yourself doing the most damage this fall? Down the field, over the middle?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, I think that now being an older guy, like I feel like really confident in my route running kind of at any level. There's a few routes that definitely in particular that I've been working on. I feel a lot more comfortable, and I don't feel self-conscious really about any parts of my game at this point, which is exciting. And I think definitely like over the top, I think they're really confident with me, and contested catches, and hopefully on like third down, like third medium, third and long, I can be able to be that guy for everyone. But like you said, we're well versed. I think we have a lot of really good guys that can make plays in any part of the field. So that is really exciting to be around a bunch of good guys, so the attention won't be on me kind of no matter what the situation is.
Looks like you may have shed a few pounds with the haircut of the offseason. Is that a hard decision to come by?
It's kind of like I just always cut it like once or twice a year. This time I just decided to go a little shorter than normal, but I'm gonna keep growing it through the season, so it'll be a little longer by mid-season.
You get the
sure.
Jeff Mail locks back.
But yeah, exactly. Got to get them back. Growing up, it was always like the dudes with the long hair were the cool guys on the field, so it's like I got to do that still a little bit.
With the same number, you had to have the locks just to kind of get that look back.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, I was a really big fan of him as a little kid coming here, so definitely whenever people can bring his name up, just, like give light to his name, like I love it. So that's that.
Perfect.
I'm sure you've been asked this already, but how have you developed chemistry with three different quarterbacks during the offseason, and do you feel comfortable with whoever guy's back there?
Yeah, that's actually like, people always kind of ask me, I'm like, I really do feel comfortable with all three of them. Like I've gotten really good balls from all three of them, and I think all of them can like take charge of the offense. I feel like once we're out there and it's like if we're doing a 2-minute situation, like any single one of them can go out there and call it on their own. They all know like what guys they like in different situations. Like just having conversations with them, they're like, oh, I like 7 here, Tay here, or just whoever it may be. And I think that whichever one's on the field, we have an opportunity to win. That's exciting. So if one guy's down, it's no drop off, which I think that's a rare situation to be in. So I'm excited to have that for sure.
Do you feel like the offense is pretty comfortable at this point with the scheme that's installed, or is there more to install and more chemistry to kind of build through?
Yeah, after spring, obviously like the first spring with a new staff, it's going to be a little, like there's going to be some reps that's just like, oh dang, we kind of just blew that over, or putting in new installs and stuff. But I think over the summertime, redoing it a second time, and then now coming into camp, I feel like we've learned it all like 2 or 3 times over, and now it's just like the install comes in, it's like everyone's just taking notes, but it's like we're teaching it. Like yesterday we had a meeting with Coach Dillingham, and he just asked everyone questions. He didn't teach anything, and everyone taught it, and it went very smooth. So it's like just knowing that, I'm really confident with everyone. Yeah.
We've heard the mantra "rep in the O" a few times today, kind of over the past few weeks.
Okay.
What does that mean to you in your short time as a Duck?
Yeah, repping though. I'm from the O, so being from Oregon, obviously it's very important to me, and I'm just very excited to have it on my chest now. I think it's beautiful, and I love that everyone loves repping the O. It's a unique place, everyone comes to the Northwest from around the whole country, and there's not a whole lot of stuff going on out here, but then we all get to isolate and be a part of this football program, and I think it's just like, it's a little spaceship out here. It's like we're in Bruce Wayne's lab, basically. That's what the HCC reminds me of. I'm like, oh, this is just Bruce Wayne's, like come in with a black car feeling all cool, so. Yeah, I think it's exciting.
Is there a chip on your shoulder because you are from Oregon? Do you feel like you have something to prove, or you have to remind the rest of the guys, like, hey, I'm actually from here?
I wouldn't say that, really. Nobody could put more pressure than I put on myself or anything, so I don't think that anything about it is too extra, but it just makes it just that much more exciting and that much more of a backing force, having the tie before and knowing that you're going to have a lot of family at the games and everything.
This wide receiver group is generally pretty young. Like, you're one of the older guys coming in, but you're also new. So what is it like for you to kind of be that older person that they look up to and be a leader, but also be the new guy around?
Yeah, it's cool because of that. It's you're an older guy and there's a leadership role that's when I was getting recruited, I knew that was a void they wanted me to kind of fill. So coming in, it's like I'm teaching them, but then they're also teaching me things I didn't know, whether it's with the new system or if it's just being around here. Like I haven't lived in Eugene before, but I think it's a real collaborative thing. So I think the younger guys are really smart too. I think that we have a lot of mature guys in the room. I think like me and Crocker, the 2 oldest guys now. I think I've known him since high school. I think that we have kind of our little role where we get to lead a little bit, but then everyone else. Oh, and Caleb Chapman too. He just came in this summer. I think he's a really good leader, and he's going to be really good for us this year. But I think it's just a cool, unique opportunity, like being the rookie and the vet, and I'm excited to keep going and hopefully motivate guys through camp here.
What do you think it's going to feel like for you when you step out onto that field during the Eastern Washington game?
I think it's going to be very exciting. I got to play here my freshman year and then COVID year against the Ducks, but COVID year there's nobody here but playing against them with the full stands. Very excited. I'm very excited to be here with a full crowd for sure.
I think it's going to be a different feeling though now that you have an Oregon jersey on.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be surreal for sure, and I know I'm gonna have a lot of family really excited for me, and I'm gonna be really excited to see all them, and hopefully coming out with a win is the plan, and then get to celebrate with them and have a great time.
I've been asking everybody for sort of an under-the-radar guy that can step up this year, and Dante just got done saying it was the entire receiving core. So do you think there's any truth to that, and are you guys excited to sort of get out there and make some plays this fall?
Yeah, I definitely think that. I can agree with Dante because it's it's really a mystery. It's like a bunch of young guys and new guys that transferred in at receivers. So it's we don't know who number 1, 2, and number 3 guy is going to be, but I think that we really are like 6 or 7 deep with guys that can step in at any moment at least. So I think we could have 3 guys that become stars this year just out of nowhere. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited for it.
Today, Lanning talked about how the offense, he wants the ball to be pushed down the field, but he also wants the players, quarterback and the receiver, to have the confidence to make that type of a play where it's a deep ball. How do you generate that confidence to make those big play moments happen?
Yeah, I mean, really the only way is just to practice full speed, and when you're tired, getting those reps down the field, like running those posts, like at the very end of practice when you don't feel very good at all anymore, and then being able to like just executing when you're tired during camp, I think brings all that confidence. So like in spring ball, at the end of practice when we're doing clutch periods and you're still making the plays, then the next day you come out, you have that confidence like, oh, well, I can do that again. So where if you're tired and you give in to the fatigue a little bit, then that takes away from it, which I feel like we have a lot of guys that aren't giving in to fatigue anymore, and I think that that's really all it stems from right there.
So you're wearing a Holinsky's Hope bracelet. I was curious if you could share anything about, well, number 1, why you're wearing it, and maybe what mental health awareness means to you.
Yeah, I got asked about my bracelets earlier a little bit, but the Holinsky one in particular, this was Josh Woods was a teammate of mine at UCLA, and that was his high school quarterback. And so I know it's special for him. He gave bands to the whole team, and the Holinsky family actually came and talked to us and gave like a message shortly after, which is, like that was amazing of them, and I think it was really eye-opening. And the whole mental health thing, I think everyone's going through it at some times, and whether anyone wants to admit it or not, football camp's hard, and everyone's going to be going through it at times. So, just having that, and then like you said, like what's that like looking down at it, like at practice every day, it's like, shoot, I got all these things to remind me, like not everyone gets to do this, and it's a special opportunity. And so yeah, I just keep them on. I'll never take them off throughout the season, just for the reminder.
Couple more questions. I see you got the Spizikes on, number 23. Is it a Jeff Mail nod? Is it a Jordan nod? Or is it just a cool number?
No, everyone always wants to ask, is like Jordan or Jeff Mail because I'm here, but I always saw Devin Hester too.
Okay.
It's like growing up, I'm a big Hester guy. Yeah, definitely Hester. Jordan too, especially after watching The Last Dance, it gives that extra little motivation. I've been watching that this offseason. I know I'll revisit it during camp. So yeah, all 3 of those guys really, and then I mean there's a bunch of others, but I just love the number. And for going into freshman year of high school, I was the youngest guy on the team. So it was like I got my number last. It was like 23, 29, or like 34 or something. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely going Jordan and Mail. Yep, have to.